Shanti, shalom, shalom, Shanti. Peace. Hey, everybody, this is Emmanuel coming to you with a morning message. I don't know if you guys have listened to any of my other videos, but I record a lot of my videos intuitively as they come to me. And this morning, I just woke up with the burst of inspiration and spirit just pressing things upon me. So I said, okay, let's go do this. And essentially, what we're going to do is talk about fifth dimensional energy, how to attract energy, how everything is different now, and how it really impacts our whole lives, right? So we're going to talk about how mainly we're going from a space where we went out to get energy and now we're allowing energy to come to us. We're going from a works-based model to a grace-based model, which is also incredible in terms of how we relate to living life. And we're going from power to powerlessness, control to just letting go of control and allowing. And this is all simple, but it may not be that easy. I'm just going to tell you that now, right? It's simple, but not easy. And then lastly, we're going to talk about this concept of crafting the kingdom. I was going through some texts and I realized that in terms of manifestation or co-creating our reality, sculpting it, there is a process. There is what you might say a battle with our consciousness within ourselves in terms of whether or not we really want to walk into a new energy, walk into a new reality. And we're going to talk about all of that right now. But essentially, let's start off with how we've been living life as human beings. Lord, for centuries and centuries, we've been living in a way that we go out and get energy, right? We're going out to get, we're working to get food. We need to eat food for energy. We need to, fight and play power games, 48 laws of power, and so many books in order to get a man, to get a job, to get in Hollywood, to get, we'll say, get, fill in the blank, get money, get status, get a car, get this, get that. But really, we're talking about getting energy. At the end of the day, we're talking about getting energy. Okay. And sometimes we can use our mind, right? Our will, our works, and just force it and just play those power games and just be cold with it. But a lot of times we'll realize that even despite our highest amount of working hard, doors still shut. We can be the most talented person in a given field in the world, and for whatever reason, nobody even ever hears of us. The best chef, not a huge audience ever gets to experience. And you have to wonder why. If it was just works or it's just brain power, or just skill, why does that happen? How do people who aren't as talented, who aren't as good, get the energy that we deserve? And it's a complicated thing, because we also will realize how, man, like, I'm told that I need to work a job that I hate, and I am crushing my soul and my body just for a piece of bread in the sun. And it has to be an easier way than this. This is not living. This is dying, and I'm dying slowly, right? Because I need to provide energy for my family. I need to provide energy. You see the language, or I need to work to get energy. And I'm depleting my body of all the energetic minerals that it needs. Man, what you realize in fifth dimension is that you realize that a lot of these concepts do stay, but they just shift. They shift. So we're going to shift these concepts right now, okay? So first and foremost, I realize that you think of celebrities that are in the mainstream that are really big and stuff. You realize that part of the reason why they were able to smart cup or leap over everybody else is because they were themselves, right? They were rooted in their place of truth, right? The two people that come immediately to my mind are people like LeVar Ball, Cardi B, right? These people who almost seemingly, even Conor McGregor to an extent, right? These people's awareness of self and following their heart, despite what society says is right, despite what they say how they should act, how they should fit in. Their very act of not fitting in, their very act that they believe that they deserve all of it for who they are now shows so much. Okay. And it's part of the reason why I think they're successful, right? They bridge their heart and their mind, they're living in their authentic truth, and boom, the universe responds. But more so than anything, everybody, what we realize, right, as we go from point to point, from consciousness to consciousness, is that we're going from a place in which the works aren't needed, right? The works and the fighting is not needed. The allowing is really what is. I recognize this in my own life, going into what I call my point of presence, my point of consciousness. So I can say things like, I am the point of miracles. I am the point of abundance. I am the point. And instead of using my mind, I feel into the passion of my soul. Right. And I can do this doing a walking meditation. I can do this doing while driving or sitting. And it's like I'm feeling the presence of and the passion of the energetic field, that point that I feel that I'm connected to all that is. And realizing that that is the place of union. That is the place of oneness. And in oneness, there is power, not from my human self, not from my mind, but from my higher consciousness, my higher self, my master self, the master who is aware of all of it, right? Who is, I think, what would the word be? Omniscient? Who is all seeing and knows a particular combination of things to really assist in my life in a very miraculous way, right? So that point of presence you can feel into right now. Just say to yourself, whatever you want. If you want to be healthier, if you want more miracles, if you want abundance, just say, I am the point of abundance, and feel into that and let go of your attachments to how that abundance comes and how it shows up. Say to yourself, I'm no longer fighting. I'm the point of the of abundance. I am no longer fighting. I am no longer clawing. I am no longer exercising control. I am not fighting. And what you'll realize as you meditate about this is that you'll start recognizing, right? Even if it's not money immediately, you'll start recognizing the points of abundance in your life. You'll start recognizing, oh man, like that person really did that for me. Wow. Or you'll realize a lot of my friends and people in my life are being very affirmational to me, and they're giving me a lot of emotional support. Wow. Man, I have good friends. Man, my car works today. You'll start recognizing the places of abundance and the places where you're grateful. That shifts your energy, right? Because now you're going into an energy that's recognizing all the blessings that you have. And man, blessings beget blessings, especially when we appreciate them. Right on, right on. So going into that, using that meditation as a point of presence allows you to feel into the energy. That energy, right, connects you to the unified field, the quantum field, the field where the divine is, right? The presence of God, right? Anointed upon you. You feel into that and you let go of control. You let go of the specifics of how your situation is going to be worked out. And you just allow it to be and allow it to come to you, right? That's the shift, right? We're going from thinking that we store our minds with information, okay? Or we just exercise our will and our effort on the world. And that's the way that we get the energy that we need to survive and thrive in the world. Very rarely does that happen like that. Even with people who are still in the older consciousness, they've realized that flow states are the best states, right? States in which it feels as if you're using a minimal amount of energy to work, to do, to be. So that's where we're going. We're using our energetic field and our vibrational frequency to create flow states all throughout our lives. Every day of our life, every moment of our life becoming a state of flow. So that's where we're going. Okay. Now, when we think about um the process by which we really start to rest in this energy, because that's it. I've already given you guys everything you need to know. Point of presence, feel into the energy, and it comes to you. That's it. It comes to you. Your human mind doesn't want to believe that. So don't try to convince yourself, right? The only way to establish a new point of consciousness, a new way of being, is your life experiences. Your life experiences beginning today. Are you restless? Are you tired of the way that things have been? Are you tired of feeling like you're slaving, fighting, or clawing your way through life? Like you don't know what's going on? Like you don't know if you're in alignment? Like you don't know any of these things? Well, the invitation is into experience. The invitation is into your willingness to embrace new ideas. And we're shifting everything. Okay. First and foremost, what we're shifting is how we look at things and look at creation from the top down. Right? We've been raised in religion and theology. So we have God here, and then the angels here, and then some ascended masters here, and then we got other, beings that have transitioned here, and then all the way down there, we got little lowly humans, and we're receiving all of our guidance from people above us. Right? That's how we've lived, right? Even in today, this is why we believe that energy works the way it works. We believe that energy is in its highest functioning place by using our mind and will and exerting a whole bunch of effort, because it's a top-down approach. Do you really believe you're a creator? Do you really believe you're a creator? You are. And here's how. What if we inverted that? How about the energy and the energy, right, of God responds to you and to your consciousness and to your deepest heart's desire? But how do you communicate that energetically, right? It's one thing to meditate about, I'm the point of abundance, and, the divine entities and beings singing that. But when you are faced with adversity and you are rooted in what you know, that is an act of consciousness. That is an act of conscious expansiveness. That is where reality is created. Because now you're showing up in a way that says, okay, like I know that I don't know where this money for my bills are going to come. So I'm going to meditate about my point of consciousness, or point of abundance, and recognize that it's going to come to me. Recognize that all of this is for my greater good. Recognize that this is just a source of my continual expansion. Isn't that dope? And the act of faith, the act of consciousness, is really resting in that despite the adversity. You're really flowing through that and setting a new energetic precedent. You don't know where the money's going to come from for the bills. Okay, I'm not fighting. God loves me too much for me to struggle and to go at this in a way that I've gone through it in my own way. I'm expanding. And from the bottom up, my consciousness is going to create the reality that I experience based upon what I deeply want to experience. You want to experience that flow state. Okay. So we're talking about manifesting on a whole different level. We're talking about reality design here. Okay. And the way that you show what you're doing is through your trials. Your trials. You are on trial, energetic trial. What do you want to create? How do you want the universe to respond to you? So if you're facing adversity, count it as a blessing, right? And your human mind, we know the human mind. The human mind's like, no, I'm not ready. I'm not ready. But the reason why you've stumbled upon this video is because you are ready to go into this new energy, into this new state of consciousness. And the evidence on whether or not this is something that can be relied upon is through your experience. We are going beyond deductive and inductive. We're going into abduction. We're going to base what I'm saying is true upon what you experience. It's only through your experience that this is going to validate, and it's only through your experience that you're going to actually begin to have a knowing of this concept that it comes to you. It's not through thinking about it. It's through your willingness to trust your higher self. That's it. That's it, everybody. Know that it comes to you, that you can be done fighting. You can be done with the mind games. You can be done with all of that if you choose to. And give yourself some slack and patience. The shift is going to happen naturally. The shift is your natural way of being. How human beings have been living for thousands of years is not the natural way of being, but resting and trusting and going into our point of presence is our natural way. So let's recap. We're going from a place of going out to getting energy to allowing energy to come to us. We primarily allow energy to come to us and show up in our lives in 3 ways. The point of presence meditation. Okay? Going in and saying, I am the point of health, abundance, miracles, grace, etc., etc. Right? 2, it's through when we say that to just recognize I am not fighting this and I am not going to get into control of the specifics. I'm going to allow it to come to me. 3, recognizing that the only way that this becomes a normal figment of your reality experience is through your adversity. It's only through your adversity that you learn that you can trust God or you can trust your higher self. And the more that you allow this process to show you and show up like it has so many times in your life, you can really begin to rest in this 5th dimensional way of living. That is the way that it happens. That is the way that you go about it. And I am here to encourage you. I am here to tell you that you got this. So I want to send you off in the point of presence that you are enough, that you are worthy, that you're a creator, and that it's your time. It is your time to start again. We're going into a new energy, and you're ready for it. So take care, guys. We're shifting into a new energy of expansiveness and creation, and this is the way it is. And so it is. Peace.